So OTPC is supporting web forms, and persons who wish to be contacted can fill out a callback request using a web form on your National Society's webpage. And in this scenario, you will learn how to respond to a callback request sent in by a requester. I will show you where you can, or your team leader can pick and assign the callback request. So as always, we go to the dashboard, and from the dashboard, you will see all the new unassigned web form requests. And in this scenario, I will use this new incoming request. It's a callback. We see that the requester has chosen tracing as the service type, and we see the queue. So in this case, the request is pushed into the tracing request, travel assistance, and attestation and detention queue. So I open up the case. So the first thing we do is just to see if it's in the correct case. It's a tracing case. We can read some details, and the first action to take is to assign the case. Now the case is assigned to the system, and by pressing here, I can select if it should be assigned to me or to a colleague. I assign it to me. Okay, then we can see I'm now the owner of the case. We see the case ID here. And if I go back to the dashboard, in this area, I see my open pre-cases. And now the case is in my list. It's a tracing service type, registration date, but there is no name yet. It's incoming, and I open it up. Okay, so the action that we need to take is to make this callback. And by checking out the timeline, we see the activities. So what we can see here is the first activity, it's an incoming request, and the second one is a callback request. So by opening the callback request, I press open record, I will have some more details. The person preferred to be contacted during morning hours, and this can be configured when you deploy the system. You see the telephone number, and here you can take notes when you do the phone call. Another way to have an overview of all your pending phone calls for callback is to go to activities. You find it here in the sidebar. And from here, you can have a list of all phone calls. You can see all the phone calls in the entire system, or the phone calls you have marked as complete. So I go back to the dashboard. I go back to my case. It's my callback. I open the callback activity. And I do the phone call. I can take some notes. Then I mark complete when the call is over. Then I see the activity is updated, and depending on the outcome of the phone call, I make the next decision. In this scenario, it was advice given, but no further action, which means I go up to the first evaluation. I select close, and we finish. Here we need to select the reason for closure and advice given, and finish. It's asking for the statistics. The person was from Iraq. We need to select gender and age category. Now we might finish the case. Yeah. Back to dashboard. No, it's not anymore in my pre-case. So we can go to pre-cases, and I just double check so it's closed. Advice given, closed.